Good morning, students. I am Sumit Sharma, your chemistry teacher. In the last class, we were discussing about the specific conductance. Today, we are going to discuss an important topic, that is the molar conductivity and the effect of dilution on different type of conductance, or we can say the variation of different type of conductance with dilution. Before we start, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you will get all new notifications. So first is, what is molar conductance? The molar conductance is defined as the conductance due to 1 mole of an electrolyte confined in between the two electrodes of unit dimension. Mathematically, it is given as lambda m is equal to kappa into volume, where V is the volume of solution in centimeter cube containing 1 mole of electrolyte. The formula can also be written as lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 by concentration, and the unit of lambda m is Simon centimeter square per mole. Now, one of the most important factor that affects the conductance is the effect of dilution. We know that in general, for weak electrolyte as well as strong electrolytes, electrolytic conductance as well as the molar conductance increases with dilution, whereas the specific conductivity of an electrolytic solution decreases with dilution. The reason for such a behavior are briefly explained as: the conductance of a solution is due to the presence of ions in the solution. Greater the number of ions in the solution, the greater is the conductance. As we know, on dilution, more the number of ions are produced in the solution. So, the conductance should also increase on dilution. Now, in case of specific conductance, the conductivity of an electrolyte falls with dilution. This is because the number of ions per unit volume decreases, or the numbers of current carrying ions present per centimeter cube of the solution becomes less and less on dilution. We already discussed specific conductance is the conductance due to 1 ml of an electrolytic solution. The second is the variation of molar conductivity with concentration for both the weak electrolyte and the strong electrolyte. As already mentioned in the beginning, there are two types of electrolytes, namely strong electrolyte and a weak electrolyte. The variation of molar conductivity with concentration or dilution for each of these electrolytes is explained as: first is the conductance behavior of a strong electrolyte. The molar conductivity of a strong electrolyte is found to vary with concentration according to the equation, that is lambda m is given by lambda m naught minus b root c, where b is a constant depending upon the type of electrolyte and the nature of the solvent, where lambda naught m is the molar conductivity at the infinite dilution called the limiting molar conductivity, and this equation, that is lambda m is equal to lambda naught m minus b root c, is known as Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation and is found to hold good at the lower concentration. Thus, if lambda m is plotted against root c, a linear graph is obtained for low concentrations with a slope equal to negative b. But it is not linear for higher concentration. Further, the curve obtained for a strong electrolyte, as shown in the figure, shows that there is only a small increase in conductance with dilution. This is because a strong electrolyte is completely dissociated in the solution, and so the number of ions remains constant. At higher concentration, the greater interionic force of attractions retard the motion of ions, and therefore the conductance falls with increasing concentration. With a decrease in concentration, or we can say that with dilution, the ions are far apart and will move independently from each other. Therefore, the interionic force of attraction decreases, due to which the conductance increases with dilution, that is due to increase in the ionic mobility, and approaches a maximum limiting value at the infinite dilution, designated as lambda naught m or lambda infinite m. The value of molar conductivity when the concentration approaches zero is known as limiting molar conductivity or molar conductivity at infinite dilution. The second is the conductance behavior of a weak electrolyte. As a weak electrolyte dissociates to a much lesser extent as compared to a strong electrolyte. Therefore, the conductance of a weak electrolyte is much lower than that of a strong electrolyte at the same concentration. This is shown in the figure, in which acetic acid has been taken as an example of a weak electrolyte. Further, the curve obtained for a weak electrolyte shows that there is a very large increase in conductance with dilution, especially near infinite dilution or zero concentration. This is because as the concentration of the weak electrolyte is reduced, more of it ionizes. Thus, increase in conductance with decrease in concentration is due to increase in the number of ions in the solution. In case of weak electrolyte, the increase in molar conductance is due to increase in the number of ions with dilution, and in case of a strong electrolyte, the increase in molar conductance is due to increase in the ionic mobility. In case of a weak electrolyte, however, it does not reach a limiting value. From this figure, it is observed that the plot for a strong electrolyte becomes linear near high dilution and thus can be extrapolated to zero concentration to get the value of molar conductivity at the infinite dilution, that is lambda naught m. However, for a weak electrolyte, the lambda m value increases steeply on dilution, especially near low concentration. Hence, an extrapolation to zero concentration is not possible, as is clear from the plot for acetic acid. Experimentally, also, it is not possible to determine the lambda naught m value for a weak electrolyte because the dissociation is complete. The concentration of ions per unit volume is so low that the conductivity cannot be measured accurately. The problem was finally solved by Colroch, who put forward a law known as the Colroch law. So, what is Colroch law? Colroch studied the molar conductivity at infinite dilution for a number of electrolytes. It is observed that the difference between the lambda naught m values for a pair of sodium and potassium salts having a common anion was the same, irrespective of what this anion was. On the basis of these observations, Colroch concluded that each ion makes a definite contribution to the total molar conductivity of an electrolyte at infinite dilution, irrespective of the nature of the other ion of the electrolyte. As a result of these studies, Colroch put forward a generalization known as Colroch law, and it states as the limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the limiting ionic conductivities of the cation and the anion. So keep in mind, with dilution, the value of specific conductance decreases due to decrease in the number of ions per unit volume, but the value of molar conductance increases with dilution. In case of weak electrolyte, the increase in molar conductance is due to increase in the number of ions and the ionic mobility, but in case of strong electrolyte, The increase in molar conductance is due to increase in the ionic mobility. Second is the conductance at infinite dilution is known as limiting molar conductance or molar conductance at infinite dilution. The value of limiting molar conductance for a strong electrolyte can be obtained graphically by extrapolating the curve. But in case of weak electrolyte, the lambda naught m value cannot be obtained graphically because it becomes parallel to the y-axis. So, the lambda naught m value for a weak electrolyte at infinite dilution can be calculated by using the Colroach law, which states that the limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the individual limiting molar conductivity of its cation and of its anion. For example, in case of NaCl, the limiting molar conductivity is the sum of the molar conductivity of Na positive ion and the Cl negative ion, as shown as given by the equation, that is lambda naught m NaCl is equal to lambda naught of Na positive plus lambda naught of Cl negative. The next is the applications of the Colroach law. The first application of Colroach law is the calculation of molar conductance at infinite dilution for a weak electrolyte. As I already discussed, the molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte at infinite dilution cannot be determined graphically because the conductance of such a solution is low, and secondly, the dissociation is not complete even at higher dilutions. The molar conductivity of such electrolyte at infinite dilution can be calculated using Colroach law. Consider the example of acetic acid as the weak electrolyte, and by the statement of Colroach law, the lambda naught m of acetic acid is given by lambda naught of acetate ion plus lambda naught of H positive ion. This equation can be arrived at by knowing the molar conductivities at infinite dilution for the strong electrolyte like NaCl, HCl and the sodium acetate. For NaCl, we can write it as lambda naught of Na positive plus lambda naught of Cl negative. For sodium acetate, we can write it as lambda naught of acetate ion plus lambda naught of Na positive, and for HCl, it is lambda naught H positive plus lambda naught of Cl negative ion. On rearranging these equations, we have the value of limiting molar conductivity of acetic acid at the infinite dilution. The second application is the determination of degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte and the dissociation constant. According to the Arrhenius equation, the increase in molar conductivity According to the Arrhenius theory of electrolytic dissociation, the increase in molar conductivity with dilution is due to increase in the dissociation of the electrolyte. Thus, if lambda m is the molar conductivity of a solution at any concentration C and lambda naught m is the molar conductivity at infinite dilution at concentration C, then the degree of dissociation is given by, that is alpha is given by lambda m by lambda naught m. This relationship is found to hold good only for the weak electrolytes. Similarly, the calculation of dissociation constant of a weak electrolyte can be calculated by using the relation, that is K, that is the equilibrium Kc, or K, that is the equilibrium constant or dissociation constant. It is better to say the dissociation constant is equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. On substituting the value of alpha and concentration, we will get the value of the dissociation constant, that is K. So these are the applications of the Colroach law. So please keep in mind few points. First is the specific conductance decreases with dilution. The second is the value of molar conductivity for both the weak electrolyte and the strong electrolyte increases with dilution. Third is the limiting molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte can be calculated by using the Colroach law. And fourth is the application of the Colroach law, that is the determination of the lambda naught mb for a weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. And second is the dissociation constant, calculation of dissociation constant and the degree of dissociation. So this is all about the effect of dilution on molar conductance. Thank you, students.